Howdy y'all, short update here on the potential for a severe weather outbreak here in the Mississippi and Ohio valleys. So you can see a high risk has already been issued from Arkansas up into parts of southern Illinois with EF3 or greater tornadoes possible, as well as some large hail and upwards of 70-mile-an-hour winds. Can be occurring during the late afternoon into the overnight hours, so make sure you have a safety action plan put in place. Tornado warning gets issued, make sure you shelter inside of an interior room away from windows. Basement's preferable, as well as the best option is a storm shelter. Make sure you stay away from mobile homes. Don't be in a vehicle or underneath an overpass. If you live in a manufactured house, not a good idea. Large open rooms like gymnasiums are a bad idea as well. We can see here's a better graphic of this. Interior room is the best option you have. Lowest floor of the house. If you live in a trailer, make sure you leave the trailer. Make sure you have all those alerts turned on your phone, by the way. If you don't have a weather radio, make sure to go get that weather radio. And it's going to be most likely a nighttime event for most of y'all, so make sure to have those alerts turned to loud. Make sure you don't have your phone muted. Have a weather radio with battery backup, fresh batteries in that. Have flashlights, everything you need. Make sure you go get that now. Should already have it. In case the power goes out, you're alerted just in case a tornado gets issued. And as I said earlier, prepare for the worst. Hope for the best, you'll be just fine. And we can see here, other than today, there's going to be multiple rounds of severe weather all the way into Sunday. Now, this ain't going to be a full in-depth video. I'll have another video out either tomorrow or Friday. I'll have one out tomorrow if our power's not out. But if it is, then I will have one out on Friday. It'll cover some weather history all the way out into next week, so stay tuned for that. I'll let y'all know on X and Facebook, of course. Could be heading into an active weather pattern now, but we could be getting a break as we head into next week, so that's something to look forward to. And other than severe weather, some flooding potential as a PDS flash flood watch has been issued here in the mid-Mississippi and Ohio valleys, as a high risk has been issued for tomorrow. Of course, much of the same story today, for upwards of 5 to 10 to locally higher amounts possible. Some areas could be seeing upwards of a foot to a foot and a half of rainfall, so if you live in a low-lying area, please use your common sense and be aware of this. See a flooded roadway, turn around, and do not drown. Now let's go ahead and get into the threats of what we could expect today and tomorrow. Now we don't know what the threats will be on Friday. I'll let you know, of course, like I said earlier, on X and Facebook. But of course today, all significant hazards are going to be possible, including some significant hail, EF3 or greater tornadoes within really any of these zones. I'd prepare for tornadoes. And high winds, right around 70 to 80 to 100 mile an hour winds possible as the line starts moving through. Tomorrow, all significant hazards are going to be possible. Wouldn't be surprised if a moderate risk gets issued, but see all significant hazards possible. Wind, tornadoes, and hail. And of course, on Friday, we don't know what the threats are going to be, but again, I'll let y'all know. Now let's get into the timing. I know there's multiple model runs, but we're going to use the HRRR model for simplicity's sake. We take a look at the composite reflectivity. We can expect these storms to start firing up at right around 3, 4, 5 o'clock. It's going to be a linear system. Embedded tornadoes could be possible. These are called QLCS tornadoes. And there could be some supercells ahead of this line, which is going to be very concerning. Could spawn some significant EF3 or greater tornadoes. And then I would expect this to be over as we head into right around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Some areas here in eastern Kentucky could be coming in on some large hail, high winds, and some tornadoes as well. But really after that, I would expect the flash flooding event to start to commence. And we come in on our heavy rainfall. Now, let's get into the parameters, at least the significant tornado parameters. This shows us where the most favorable ingredients for tornadic activity could be at. You can see it's pretty much maxed out at right around 6 o'clock in the evening here in parts of southern Illinois and parts of Indiana and the high-risk area as well. Then it starts to diminish as we head into right around midnight, 1 o'clock. But of course here in eastern Kentucky, west central Tennessee, still coming in on some pretty good tornado ingredients. Now, of course, if there's nothing to interact with that favorable environment, of course, no tornadoes are going to happen, obviously. But we can see there's going to be some storms rolling through that favorable environment. So please prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Pretty much all I'm saying here. Nothing to be really worried about. As long as you're in the interior most room of the house, the lowest point, be just fine. Stay away from trailers, by the way. And we can see the cape here. This is the energy we're going to be working with. A lot of energy to work with, as well as a moist, unstable environment. Take a look at the dew points. We're going to be dealing with mid 60 degree dew points, really much of the risk areas. So it's a pretty crazy event for much of the mid Mississippi and Ohio Valley, but Again, don't be too terrified. I know this is going to be a nighttime event for most people, and I know how scary that is. We had a tornado not too far from us. And again, don't be too terrified. As long as you have those alerts and you know where to go, just fine. Now, there could still be some fail modes too, so this is something to look forward to. Take a look at the satellite. Keep in mind there could be a tornado watch issued any time now, but we can see here, this is the cloud layer. We have some clearing that's obviously going to destabilize the atmosphere and make those dew points rise, make it more moist and more warm, which is going to make it more unstable. And if it's windy out there too, it's going to be causing some wind shear, differing winds with height. You could have a 50-mile-an-hour wind at the surface and a 100-mile-an-hour wind at the tropospheric layer, for example. That's how you have your wind shear and the spin in the atmosphere, basically. There could still be some fail modes if it's rain's cloudy and a little bit stable out there. Could downtrend the severe weather, but of course, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. And if you do want to watch some storm chasers, Vince Welty, Brandon Kopic, Corey Gherkin, Brad Arnold, and those guys, and Retimmer, they're all good to watch if you want to know what's going on around your area or in different states when that squall line is rolling through. Great guys to watch, very informative as well. Now, if you want a radar breakdown, make sure you go watch Ryan Hall, Max Velocity, and Fox Weather, and make sure to watch your local news as well. I know news stations can be not very good to watch nowadays because they like to brainwash people, but their weather people are all right to watch, so make sure to check those guys out as well. Now, we do got severe weather happening for the next few days. Let's actually take a look at the NAM 3 kilometer. Of course, we know today it's going to be occurring during the early afternoon into the overnight hours. And then it's going to be occurring tomorrow during the early afternoon hours into the early evening hours when I would expect. But of course, I'll have a video out tomorrow breaking down the exact timing, as I'll have a more in-depth forecast tomorrow. Now, what's driving the severe weather, you may wonder? Well, now we're going to take a look at the jet stream. This shows us our troughs and ridges. Currently in a ridge after a warm front moved through this morning, and we can see the wind shear up there. Those winds are definitely whipping 100 to right around 125 knot winds. It's definitely some favorability for severe weathers, wind shear. And we're going to be in this ridge for quite a while, all the way into this weekend. And of course, the trough's going to win out. And this is when the severe weather is going to be over. But we're going to be coming into some very chilly temperatures, potentially. But of course, I'll be covering this tomorrow. And most likely, if I don't cover it tomorrow, it'll be on Friday. I give you all a sneak peek of the temperatures, by the way. You can see that moist, unstable, warm environment today. Knocked out by that line of storms rolling through tonight. And then the warm temperatures are going to creep back in tomorrow and Friday. And then even more warm air, but we can see that cold air creeping down. Severe threat over here in the Ohio Valley and upper Midwest. And then after we move past Sunday, it's really going to get cold again, y'all. So make sure you cover up those plants if you planted anything. So again, in summary, as long as you prepare for the worst, hope for the best, you'll be just fine. Make sure to take shelter in a interior room away from windows, preferably basement or storm shelter is preferred. But if you don't have those, interior room is the best thing you can have. Maybe watching you outside world as possible. Have multiple ways to receive alerts. Weather radio is perfect. Second best thing is a phone, of course. Have all the alerts turned on. It's going to be a nighttime event for most people, so make sure to turn those alerts up to loud. Do not mute those. And have battery backup in case the power goes out. Weather radio is definitely a lifesaver. Make sure you have one. So basically what I'm saying here is prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Could be a worst case scenario tonight, or could be a bust. Hoping for a bust. I hope for a bust here. So again, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate all you all for watching. Most likely we'll have another detailed video up tomorrow. Maybe Friday. Just depends if we lose power or not. I'll let y'all know, of course. Also, if you want to send any storm pictures, make sure you send them over to my X and Facebook pages. I would greatly appreciate that, y'all. So again, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate all you all for watching. Stay safe. Heed those warnings. Do that, and be just fine. And until next time, never stop forecasting.